really good ending by NXT in those last 30 odd minutes. I thought what they did with the Kings of NXT, Pat McAfee stable, and Finn Balor and the Undisputed Era for that finish, that overrun segment they did, really good stuff. This is your NXT review for November 18th, 2020. Now, we're only about 2.5 weeks away from War Games. War Games got announced for December 6th, so yeah, some decent stuff coming out of this NXT. All in all, the show was watchable. I think, as is the case with NXT, usually these shows really pick up as they go along. Like this show especially, the first I dare say hour or so was not the best. I mean, if you're saying the first hour of this NXT show was good, then I don't know what you were watching. It was just fairly dead. Kind of dead TV. The second hour really picked up though, so hats off to NXT for doing notable, worthwhile stuff in that second hour. One of the main things I talk about as far as notable and worthwhile was that ending, which I'll talk about now. Basically, we did the Shirai vs Rhea Ripley match, which I'll talk about in a minute. Then we had Finn Balor come out. Finn Balor's wearing his his leather vest, his leather jacket. He's coming out with his NXT title in hand, stands in the ring after Shirai is celebrated with the title. Finn Balor says that, he broke his jaw 6 weeks ago against Kyle O'Reilly, and he successfully defended his title, and now he's back. He's back with a vengeance, and he's gonna, get back at NXT. And then we have Pat McAfee and his stable, the Kings of NXT, Pete Dunne, Lorcan, and Burch. They come out. McAfee cuts a great little promo, mocking the Undisputed Era, mocking Finn Balor, so really enjoyed that. That stuff was good. Then we have Finn Balor say that, the Kings of NXT, they've fallen into a trap. They don't know how dumb they are. Lights go out. Undisputed Era race out. Their music hits. This was all done really well. The execution of this was really good. Finn Balor saying that, you're right where you want it. And then the Undisputed Era race out and they have a big brawl to end the show. So I thought that what they did there was really good with the Kings of NXT, Undisputed Era. Clearly, they're building up to a War Games match between the Kings of NXT and the Undisputed Era. That makes sense. I think War Games is the perfect place for that, having the Undisputed Era and the Kings of NXT. Undisputed Era especially, they've been in all 3 War Games matches, I believe, so War Games is their thing. Pat McAfee's stable is great as well. I can't wait to see that. And just in general, War Games is shaping up to be an interesting show. On this show, we had Shotzi Blackheart announce War Games. So Shotzi was on a tank, and she announced Warfare against Candice LeRae. So we're getting Team Shotzi versus Team Candice, which, based off what they're doing at the moment, it looks as if it's going to be Team Shotzi, so Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Toni Storm, and maybe Rhea Ripley, perhaps? Maybe Rhea, against Team LeRae, which would be Candice LeRae, probably Dakota Kai, Indy Hartwell, and Raquel Gonzalez. That's what it's looking like they'll do for a War Games Shotzi vs LeRae match, which that should be a fun War Games match. The Women's War Games match last year was pretty good. That one should be no exception. So, yeah, that's what they're looking like in the build-up for War Games. I think War Games should be a pretty fun show. Looking forward to watching it, covering it, doing the preview and predictions, review, all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, if you want to see War Games content on the channel, sub to the channel or whatnot, and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, as for the rest of this show, I think the thing I'm going to talk about now is the main event of this show as far as the matches go. Shirai defending the NXT Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. This match, I'd say it was on par with the In Your House main event where Charlotte was involved. I think it was a similar quality of match. It was a pretty good match. It wasn't incredible. It wasn't bad. It was a pretty good match, just top to bottom. Rhea Ripley's ear got slashed. I didn't catch exactly what happened with that, but Rhea's ear is busted open. It's bleeding badly. There's blood all around Rhea's, I believe it was her left ear. I think it was not the best look. I mean, it made the match look more hardcore, so I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, Rhea Ripley's ear was completely busted open. The match, just all in all, pretty good match. In the end, Shirai gets the win. One spot I will mention is that powerbomb through the table spot. Rhea Ripley got dumped through the announce table, so I think that was a good little moment in the match. And yeah, Shirai retains, and then they did that Finn Balor, Kings of NXT, Undisputed Era segment. So yeah, the last 30 odd minutes of NXT, definitely the best part of the show, because the rest of NXT, not really much to say. I mean, I'll fly through a lot of this stuff, then I'll talk about the North American title to finish. So yeah, as far as stuff that happened on this show, we had Timothy Thatcher squashing someone, as you'd expect, and then Tommaso Ciampa came out, And we had a Tommaso Ciampa face-off with Timothy Thatcher. So Ciampa versus Thatcher. Wrestling Twitter were going crazy. Personally, I'm not overly interested, but it is what it is. I'm a fan of Ciampa. Thatcher, he hasn't really grown on me yet. He's just a good wrestler. That's all I really see him as at the moment. So that was that. The blindfold match. This got me a bit of hate on Twitter because I tweeted, this is NXT 2010. What's happened to NXT? And of course, I got NXT fanboys just raiding my Twitter, saying that, oh, it's a part of the storyline, stop watching, oh, you don't know good wrestling, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, sure, it's a part of the storyline, never said it wasn't. What I'm saying is that if I showed this to someone who doesn't watch wrestling, and I'm saying to myself, or I'm saying to them, I watch this every week, what do you think of me? They'd laugh in my face and say, you're an idiot. That's the kind of thing we're talking about, okay? I'm all for comedy in pro wrestling, I'm all for stuff that's entertaining. God, yeah, I want entertaining stuff, but this wasn't it, Chief. Dexter Lumis, I liked. His role in this was good. Grimes, something about Cameron Grimes, I just don't click with the guy. So, yeah, that was that. And then some other stuff on this show. We had a tag team match. Toni Storm, Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Toni Storm got the win in this match, and that was about it really there. So, yeah, outside of other stuff, we had Kushida beating Arturo Ruas. Thrilling. And then we had this North American Championship opening match. Johnny Gargano challenging Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff, he was looking like he was going to lose. Then Damian Priest comes down, punches Leon Ruff, and then I guess Johnny loses because Ruff got disqualified. And then later in the night, Damian Priest got one-upped by Leon Ruff. So Leon Ruff is still the champion, and they're going to carry on this storyline where Leon Ruff is the underdog, which I guess I like. I'm a fan of Leon Ruff. He liked one of my tweets once, so I'm a fan of the guy. Do I think him being North American champion is really a great way to go? Not really, but it is what it is. I'd rather see him with the title than Johnny. So, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and sub. That's been NXT for November 18th, 2020. War Games in 2.5 weeks. Like, comment, sub, isn't a drill. See ya.